Right, welcome back to the channel. While I'm waiting for the parts to arrive for the Triumph, they should be here literally any day. I'm going to jump back onto the Z650 carbs. Everything's laid out on the bench. I've ordered some parts for them. They've actually turned up, so I've actually got new floats and some new needles. I've already put the actual clips in. Actually, you can just about see the circlip there. It's the fourth one down. So I've already started taking apart, taking the old ones out. So I've just got one more to unscrew, so we'll do that in a second. Everything's laid out on the bench. Got some pipe so I can join 1 and 2, 3 and 4 together, so I need to measure that and cut it, so we can crack on with that. The only problem I've got is, obviously, remember while taking apart the plunger from carb number 4 was jammed. Managed to get it out, but it broke everything else. It squashed the little plastic slide. I did manage to find, I actually had it stashed away, another needle, but I don't actually have the circlip on top, and like I say, this is squashed. Now, I've had a look on eBay for these, and there isn't one in this country on eBay for a 77 KZ650 B1. The only ones I could find were in America. The cheapest I found was £30 plus shipping, which was again going to be about another 30 quid. If anybody's got one of these, actual choke plunger in the UK, let me know in the comments box below, or you can pop across to Facebook, talk to me there. I can put the carbs back together, but it's this one. I did find some issues in this one where why it was stuck. It was actually inside. There was sort of like almost like a ridge that built up, so it was jamming it. So I've managed to clear that out. So next we're going to put them all back together, pull the floats in, jets in, everything's together. Obviously the only thing I can't do is that one. So let me show you where I'm at the moment. So there we go, all laid out. Number 1, 2, 3 and 4. Obviously the dividing tubes, a piece of tube that fits in between these two. I need to cut it obviously for them two. As I said, new floats, new needles. I've cleaned up the 3 remaining choke valves, taken apart the actual slides, the old needles which are no good. So I've just got this one to do. There's 2 screws, there's one there, and there's the other one. So as you can see, so we'll get that one done in a second, and then we'll start reassembling 1, 2, 3 and 4. But yeah, that was slightly mashed, but yeah, the problem was actually in there. It just didn't fit properly. That now fits in nicely, slides up. I've checked all the rest of them as well, giving them a clean out. They're all working as they should. Clean the actual ends. So let me get set up and we'll start reassembly. So like I say, it's just screw in there. Flip it over. You'll see the other one. And I can pop the needles out. In fact, all the needles were actually on 4 as well. Like I say, we're going to fit new ones in. Right, so when they go back in, you'll see there's 2 holes left and right, which is the screw holes and one at the bottom. So you can tell which way around they go. So that's the first one back in place. Now I just need to repeat the process for the next 3. So that one's done. So I'll quickly do exactly the same. So there's the actual 3 holes, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock. And that lines up exactly with the 2 screws and the hole at the front. Right, let me get these all back together and then we'll start on the first carb. So now all the slides are back together. I've also taken out the retaining screws that hold it to the bar. Right, so first job, actual choke plunger. Just tighten that up. Yep, that's moving nicely. It's a 14mm. Because if you actually put it on the bracket, you can't actually fit it in. I've also cut the little pieces of pipe I need to join these 2 together. And obviously the other joining tube. So then these 2, I'll have to check the length of that just to make sure it's actual right size, or right length I should say. Now I need to take a little bit off the end of it. Actually, no, maybe not. Yeah, it needs a slight bit just taken off. Right, let's just try again. Right, that's better. So now we've got the connector and the joining tube. Right, so choke valve. Yep, that's working fine. So that's the first two connected, joined and choke valves in. Now we're going to do the same for this, but also join the middle to that one, and then again a piece of pipe and the joiner to the fourth one. Then we can get the bracket on. So that's the other two done. Again, making sure you got the plunger in there. Obviously I can't do anything about that. As I say, anybody got one, let me know. Hopefully UK. Right, so the next one is actually join those together. Now they're all joined. So before we put the plate on, we need to reinsert the actual rubbers. So obviously you've got end caps, but we don't want those yet. We just want the dividing seals. So we've got one on the first one. So I've got one on this one because that's the end cap. Two on this one, two on this one on this one. Because again, you've got the end cap and the bar literally fits through them holes. So they're in place. Now we can flip it over. Making sure that the actual choke plunger, the connector for the choke, is actually in the right place and they're sitting over. Right, so now that's all back together with the joins and the rubber piece I was missing. Now get the slides in. Slides all the way down. Just rest them in loose for now, then we can slide the bar through. So that's all four in position. Now the bar. Again, got holes that should line up. With the actual slides. I just need to tap that through. That's the last one on. And then it's just line up the actual holes in the bar. And let's just tighten these up. 8mm. Yeah, so all that's left to do is just tighten those up. And obviously we've got the retainer, which has got a little notch in it. You see the slot there. That will hook in and then screw it in place. Right, so they're all tightened up. Last one to do is this one in here. So I'll get that one tightened up, and then the clip, I say there's a recess actually in the bar. And that holds it all in place. So I've just got to tighten that one up and then we can actually put the caps on. We'll flip it over and we'll start putting the jets in. Right, so I've just put the adjuster screw in. There's no adjustment on it. They're all moving freely. Cap on each end. So that's all the top section done. The other one is obviously the pilots that go in there. All the needles are reaching the bottom. So now we can go ahead and start putting the jets in. The float needles, the floats, I'm actually going to do in the next episode because I need to do the measurement and check it. So I'll actually just leave the actual float chambers, gasket and the floats at the back with the 4 screws and the actual bar, but we can get all of these installed. So that drops down and that gets tightened up all the way. Never remember what size that is. It's actually a 10. So that's the first one done. So the one in there is tightened up. If you can see it all the way down. So what's left is the air adjuster screw, pilot screw, and the actual plug for the actual float. So again, so that's everything I've got fit for that one into this one. Right, so that's 3 finished. I've just got the last one. So that's all of them done. I'll leave them at the back. Everything's doing as it should. So the next thing to do will be actually the float heights, making sure I've got them right, but I think we'll cover that in the next episode. No, happy with that. And minimum tools really, that's all you need to take them apart and put them back together again. And the actual chokes, plungers, yeah, it's not quite going round, need to have a look at that one. And then obviously the missing one, if anybody's got one. But no, I'll leave them as they are until the next episode, and then we can continue on, do the float heights, check everything's alright, and then we can put in the float bowls, the floats and the pins. I've taken out the actual float needles for now, because obviously if I turn them over they fall out, so they're just at the back. Right, so thanks for joining me on that one. As I say, I'm just taking it slowly, just going through, making sure I get everything right. I've gone through, I've checked every hole possible, it's all been blown through, so there shouldn't be anything causing any issues. Hopefully when these carbs go back in, we'll actually look at, again, trying to start the Z650 back up again. It's close, it's not that far, but it'd be nice to get it running. Then obviously we can move on to synchronizing, etc. But I'll leave it there until we come back on the actual carbs. Next episode we're going to jump back to the Triumph. I should have had the parts by then, and we can get the clutch cable fitted, get the actual Kickstarter spring fitted, and then go through the oil circulation check. As usual, any comments in the comments box below. I appreciate all your feedback, all your comments. I can't say it enough, it means so much. The channel is growing. There's also a link to my Facebook page, pop across there if you want to say hello, show me your bikes. You know, I'm always interested to see what you're working on. That page is just, I spent quite a lot of time trying to grow it, and it has. It's grown so fast in the last sort of couple of weeks really. So again, big thumbs up to everybody that supports, likes, subscribes, comments, people on Facebook who watch my videos. Really appreciate it. It means a lot. All the new followers, welcome to the channel. I hope you enjoy what you see. I'm not a fully trained mechanic, I learn as I go. I do make mistakes, I'll put my hand up to that. I don't always get things right first time, but it's a challenge, it's a learning curve. And I want to show that it is possible to actually, with help from forums, manuals, parts features, you can do it. It's, you know, a lot of the bikes I've done, it's the first time to try, prime example, never touched a British bike. Big learning curve, but everything else is just exploration and proving that if I can do it, anybody can do it. So it is just, the motto of the channel is have a go, learn. There are links to other videos at the end of the video, and as always, big thumbs up. Thanks for watching. Join me again next time. Cheers. Bye.